You're listening to the jabroni beating, pie eating, trailblazing, eyebrow raising, the best in the present, future, and past. And if y'all don't like me, you can kiss my Rudy
Whoa,
Poo
whoa, whoa, whoa.
candy.
I smell what you're cooking, Carriker, but we already talked about this. You can't be dropping those kinds of words on the
Okay.
radio.
All right.
This is Fourth and Pain, the only football and pro wrestling show, a quirky one at that, to be hosted by an NFL player with the weight loss champion, Redskins defensive end, Adam Carriker.
They can't see me. Literally, they can't see me right now.
Former wrestling announcer, weight loss champion Chuck Carroll here. Be sure to give the show a follow at Fourth and Pain. New shows tweeted out each and every weekday. That is definitely a must follow. And if you've been following the Washington Redskins, certainly you're familiar with the name of our next guest, Adam, your teammate, somebody that I do believe is making his first appearance on the program, Mr. Barry Cofield. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate
you joining us.
Yeah, man. Now, I'm very excited about this. We're going to talk a little bit about football up front, but then you just told Adam and I, before we started rolling tape on the segment, that your wrestling knowledge runs deep prior to about 2002, so definitely looking forward to getting into that with you. But let's start up front with the Washington Redskins. I want to ask you specifically, Barry, about this defense. You know, we've seen a lot of improvement over this Haslett-led unit the last couple of weeks. What really changed compared to that kind of slow start? You guys have really seemed to be clicking on all cylinders here.
I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it. You know, my biggest thing that I would love to praise after last night's game was the play of the secondary. You know, they've taken a lot of heat, much of the line group. But, I mean, that's the best I've seen them play since I've been a Redskin. I mean, it's covering those talented receivers of Dez Bryant, Miles Austin, and, you know, Jason Witten, combined with a Tony Romo, a guy like that who was just home for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. I mean, they definitely deserve a lot of credit. Up front, we've gotten better. You know, we were able to make them one-dimensional, really stop the run. You know, we got Rob Jackson back. You know, he makes a big interception. We get Jarvis Jenkins back. You know, he contributes. And, you know, I think we're clicking on all cylinders right now.
Speaking with Barry Cofield here on Fourth and Pain with Adam Carriker and me, Chuck Carroll. And, of course, coming up now, you've got this game against the Chicago Bears. What is it that you're kind of expecting to see out of Jay Cutler and the Bears this coming Sunday, Barry?
Based on what I've seen, is they are it's a quick passing team. You know, Jay Cutler's got an incredible arm, so a lot of zip on the ball, and he's got some real big talented receivers with Brandon Marshall and you know, a young guy that they have that's been really productive for them. That's got a ton of size, and then they also have Matt Forte, you know, who can catch the ball out of the backfield. And they're another team that if you let them run the ball, then they're going to be happy to do it. So, kind of similar plan as we had against Dallas. We really got to stop the run. And once we make them one-dimensional, you know, we have a chance to get after the passer and create some turnovers. So that's the plan for now.
Barry Cofield here on Fourth and Pain. And final football question. You just mentioned about the returns of Rob Jackson and Jarvis Jenkins. It kind of got me to thinking, what is it that you've missed most about having Adam next to you out there on the field?
Probably the similar type of thing that I was talking about, making teams one-dimensional. You know, Adam was definitely one of our best run defenders, probably our best guy when I got here. You know, myself and Steven, we were new to the system. Adam already had a year under his belt. So, you know, having Adam and Kendrick Olston, you know, they were the vets for the team. They were the most experienced in the defense. So having those guys, and we have all our guys back, man. We got a lot of vets on our D-line. We got a lot of talented guys that can do everything. So when we get everybody back, man, I think we're going to have the best D-line in the league, and I don't hesitate saying that.
That could be the nicest thing Barry's ever said about me. Barry and I like to go back and forth. We like to have fun, especially when it comes to our alma mater, mine Nebraska, and his is Stack of Books University, a.k.a. Northwestern. And every once in a while, I'll get this text from Barry, hey, we're going to play you in basketball or we're going to play in football. You want to make a friendly little wager. So Nebraska and Northwestern going to be playing very soon. Are you up for making a friendly little wager? And I say we do something to the effect of, Nebraska wins, you have to wear a Nebraska hat. Northwestern wins, I have to wear one of your big old caps. It's about a size 9. Does that sound fair to you?
That sounds completely fair. I like to throw a T-shirt in that too. You know, a hat just won't do it. I want to see you decked out in purple, looking like a Northwestern alum.
Okay, I can do that. I can look trashy for one day. I can do that.
Now I'll have you know,
Maybe a
Barry.
book bag, maybe a book bag full of books too might be appropriate.
Stack of books too. I like it.
Adam is 1-0 in the collegiate wagers with teammates. He recently, not surprisingly, just won one with Ryan Kerrigan after Nebraska just trounced Purdue. I do believe that Kerrigan has to wear a Nebraska hat sometime soon.
He does. I got to find a shirt. All my shirts are back home in my off-season location, which is in Colorado. But when Nebraska beats Northwestern, I will find a shirt for Barry. No problems there. But let's talk a little bit of wrestling. Now, you said your wrestling knowledge ran deep back in the Attitude Era, NWO days. So who were some of your favorite wrestlers back in that era?
You know, even going back further, man, my favorite wrestler was Bret the Hitman Hart, man. I don't know what it was, the excellence of execution. I mean, I was just a big Bret Hart fan, man. I'm not exactly sure what it was. I think it was just the whole Hart Foundation, the whole family. I was a big fan. Definitely even going back to the days of the Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, like the great fight that they had back in the day. And then, you know, more recently, I probably finished up with the whole Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. They were probably at their peak kind of at the end of my days. So, you know, I was definitely a big fan.
What did you think of the whole Montreal Screwjob right before Bret Hart went over to WCW as he was leaving WWF against Shawn Michaels, when they literally screwed him out of that title match at the pay-per-view?
You know what? I saw a documentary. I can't remember if it was the Bret Hart documentary. I think it may have been.
Behind the
Wrestling
Shadows?
Yeah, Wrestling in Shadows, something like that.
Yeah, something like that, where they really delved into that. You know, they talked about all the planning that went into it and how they, you know, when I was watching it, it didn't really resonate with me. But when I saw the documentary, it was definitely crazy. It was a crazy way for it to end for Bret. And, you know, it just shows you everything that goes on behind the scenes, man. But as a fan, you know, those were the good old days, man, when those guys were on top.
What is your favorite match of all time, or favorite 2 or 3 matches of all time that stick out in your mind when you look back at your wrestling watching days?
I would definitely have to go Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan for my favorite match.
That's definitely tough to beat. Definitely.
That was a big one. Also, I guess I was a big Ultimate Warrior fan too, because I want to say Ultimate Warrior Undertaker. You know, when he locked him in the casket and they had like the fingernail marks of him clawing to trying to get out. That was a great you know, matchup there. I liked I want to say Stone Cold and The Rock. I liked their rivalry that they had, and then some of my favorite matches were one of my favorite events was the Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah.
I really love the Royal Rumble, man, especially when they send like a big time guy out first and he's fighting through everybody and he ends up winning it. I can't remember who. I want to say maybe Stone Cold did that once. He got odds with Vince McMahon. They sent him out early and he had to fight his way through, something like that. Those are, you know, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, WrestleMania. Me and my boys were chipping in to order all those on pay-per-view.
Yeah, to this day, the Royal Rumble, even more so than WrestleMania, is by far my favorite pay-per-view of the year. Barry Cofield, time for one final question, and we always like to turn the table on Adam. This is customary with all of our guests. If there is any question, literally anything under the sun that you've ever wanted to ask Adam, hopefully something embarrassing, now is certainly the time to do so.
Embarrassing? I don't know. I don't know if I got anything embarrassing. I'm actually interested, kind of go along with the theme. I'm interested to know who Adam's favorite wrestler is of all time. And, you know, that's probably an easy one, something that you touched on. But even better to me might be who's his least favorite wrestler. Who's that guy that he hated to see every time they came out in the ring?
Stevie
I
Ray.
like that. Chuck says Stevie Ray, which is Booker T's old partner from Harlem Heat. My favorite wrestler, actually, when I was younger, was the Ultimate Warrior. I was with you on that. My favorite wrestler of all time is Goldberg. I just love the raw power, the insane intensity, and the guy was a defensive lineman in college and the NFL. My least favorite wrestler of all time, it's got to be one of the modern guys. It's got to be Alberto Del Rio. I can't stand this guy. The Mexican aristocrat. He comes out with these cars that he doesn't do it anymore, thank God. We're supposed to believe he owns 2,000 cars that cost like 150 grand a piece. I'm glad he quit that bit. I can't stand it. He's terrible on the mic. He's average at best.
That's why he needs Mexican
What about
Roger Ruiz.
what about Gold Dust? Gold Dust was always one of my least favorite guys. To see in that full body suit, I was not a fan.
You know what? He's one of those guys that you would think I would hate. It's kind of like the Big Bang Theory. That show is the opposite of Adam Carriker. I am all that is muscle, all that is weight room. That is all that is intellectual. I love that show. It's hilarious. Goldust is this weird freak, and you would think I would hate him. I actually dug it. It is the opposite of me, but for some reason I liked it. Maybe that's why I liked it. He was so different from me.
Dude actually gave me nightmares growing up. We are fresh out of time on the segment. Barry Cofield, greatly appreciate your time. Best of luck the remainder of the season, my friend.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'd love to be back on.
You got it. Standing invitation.
Anytime. Absolutely.
Is Fourth and Pain. We'll be right back.